All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is your boy Rasputin, aka Raspupu, and this is another chapter in my diary. This is the part 2 of my Tank Sparrow series. The reason why I'm obsessed with Tank Sparrow is because Sparrow can't run. Like, it's unless you flash or unless you have a team that's pocketing you, which is something you don't really get. Very rarely you find a team that will pocket you or peel for you. A lot of teams know if they're going against a Sparrow, all they have to do is just focus the Sparrow. That's just what they're gonna do. They'll focus the Sparrow. So, you as a Sparrow player and a carry player, I have to find a way to mitigate whatever this situation is. So for me, it's alright. If I can't run, then I gotta stand and fight. I gotta stand my ground. So that's the whole idea behind this build. The whole idea behind this build is, okay, I'm not gonna be running. I'm gonna be standing and fighting. So I'm trying to increase Sparrow's tankiness without really it being too much, because I know there's a trade-off. I'm gonna have to trade off in terms of damage, but I'm trying to do it without having too much of a trade-off damage-wise. Also, you know, I'm also trying to see how I can maximize her abilities, because her slow is not that great. Her slow is not that great. Her poke is not that great. I mean, her poke is okay. It's alright if it's a coordinated poke, but it's really not that great. So, you know, it's not like in terms of poke, I think Drongo and Kira have better poke. I honestly think Drongo and Kira have better poke. Murdoch has better sustained damage because he hits like a truck. What's the other carries? And it's Kira, Drongo, Murdoch, Sparrow. I'm missing a carry. What am I missing? I think that's it. No, Twin Blast. Oh, Twin Blast has super poke. He's a poke master general. So when it comes to poke and stuff like that, I think Sparrow also doesn't have a lot of poke. So late game, I think if you build like traditional carry with Sparrow, late game she'll eliminate teams. But the problem with that is smart teams and smart players, or just people, anybody with any kind of common sense, just you don't let Sparrow get into late game. And then even if you do get into late game and she's squishy, all they do is everybody bypasses everybody else and they just go on Sparrow. So, you know, to mitigate some of that, I have devised a Tank Sparrow build. Well, a few. I have two actually. Two that I'm cooking. They're not really they're still in revision, you know, but I'm gonna put them out there. Maybe somebody else will have a better a better time with it than me. So yeah, so the last video I did was Razorback Sparrow. This is regular Eviscerated Sparrow. Oh, we got 4 people rotating. Yeah, but we got it. But you know, it was good to see my mid laner and my jungle rotate. That was amazing to me. I was like, okay. You know, I didn't get any love from it. I didn't get any kills, but it's alright. I'm not mad at it. Again, as per my mantra, oh, did I not? I'm back this time. I'm surprised. Alright, so what's the tech for this one? So the last time the tech was Razorback with Absolution and Unbroken Will. This time the tech is Tainted Rounds with Tainted Bastion. The reason why is because Tainted Rounds, and she's there. I was like, yeah, let's not do that. The reason why is because Tainted Rounds applies Blight, and Tainted Bastion provides damage mitigation up to 6% for people affected with Blight. And I was like, all right, we have the health advantage. Yeah, let's do this. Because if we get the Bellica out of it, then I'm sure the Chimera could 1v1 the crunch with a little help. Alright, so we got it, which is good. I was able to get that. I was grateful. Thank you. But yeah. So that's basically it. Tainted Bastion does it gives you 6% damage mitigation. It doesn't say what type of damage. It doesn't say whether it's magic or they took it. I should have taken it, but whatever. It doesn't say whether it's magic or physical damage. It just says that you get 6% damage mitigation, and then 12% if the person is affected by blight. So to counter that, or to add to that, not really counter, but to add to it, I build Tainted Rounds. So you're applying blight from the jump. So by the time I get Tainted Bastion, I'm getting 12% damage mitigation, which is a lot. Then of course add Bone Sword to it, which gives me health as damage, as on-hit damage. That also does a lot, I think. You know?
Allied tower under attack.
Because with Bonesaw and thing, then you kind of really tanky, because Bonesaw has one of the highest health in the game. Bonesaw is, what is that? It's like 600 health, you know? So you add that to the Tainted Bastion, to the fact that Tainted Bastion gives you damage mitigation. I like it. Then on top of that, the thing about Tainted Rounds is Tainted Rounds, the less health the target has, is the more Tainted Rounds does damage. Yep, he's like, yep, let me pull her back. Yeah, so the more health, the less health that the target has, the more damage Tainted Rounds does. Which is something that I also like. So that's kind of like the tech that goes with it. The 12% damage mitigation should do a lot. Going over the wheel. It should. Okay, good. Did I die from that too? Yeah, I had the flash. That's alright. My jungle and my ting lane, they my jungle and my mid lane rotated over, which helped, which saved me really. Because I think they saw them and they was like, alright, let's back off. Get out of here. No charges left. It's like, oh lord. Then he started healing me up. I'm like, alright, let me try. Let's see what we can do. I missed that though. Missed it. So, but if he came over to help, I'm like, okay. But if he came over to help, alright. We're doing it. Yeah, she went back.
Enemy tower under attack.
On Narbash, I think his mental broke. Somewhere in it, his mental broke. And maybe I had something to do with it. I really don't know, to be honest. I'm trying to think about it. I'm like, I don't think I broke his mental. But you'll see. At some point in the game, the Narbash mental broke. It ended up coming back thanks to the Chimera. The Chimera didn't panic. The Chimera really did his thing. I will say that. Because at this point, I think the Narbash had died like 2 or 3 times. But it's all from lack of positioning. Like, he didn't position properly, he didn't do what he was supposed to do, so, you know, he ended up... Yeah, he ended up paying the price for it. Which, you know, I empathize, but at the same time, it's like, you gotta be mindful of stuff like that. But... gotta be mindful. So I'm like, alright, I'll be right back. Because I'm going back to get Tainted. It's like, alright, Tainted is a good on, you know. It's decent for on hit, and it does damage. And then I started to build into Bone, because I'm like, let me build Bone, so, because it'll add to my ability to attack faster, gives me attack speed, as well as gives me a certain level of tankiness. Plus the max health damage, you know, it does a lot. It does good with that. So I'm like, alright, let me do that. I saw the Chimera in the jungle fighting by himself. I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to ping the Mori and the Greystone, like, yo, what's up with that? So the Mori did get, is it the Mori? No, the, yeah, get that easy two piece, like, you know, the Chimera is here fighting for his life and everybody's ignoring him. So that's a lesson. Don't ignore your jungler if he out there fighting for his life, you know. I wanted to see if no, actually I wanted to get the green buff. And I was telling the Morgan, since she had the Bellica pushed in, get the other green buff so that the Bellica won't have a chance to get, not green buff, get the other river buff. That's what it is. It's a river buff. So, oh wow. Flashed. Alright, you flashed. And the crunch was there, and I couldn't really do much. Couldn't really do much with the crunch because I was too low. I think Chimera came over. Yeah. I was like, alright, let me... I didn't expect him to come there.
Tower under attack.
So I had to leave my Chimera because I'm like, okay. Be careful of the Bellica. Because I didn't want him to knock him up. But he saw. He was aware. I give him that. He was aware of... The Chimera was aware. Which is pretty dope. Right? Having awareness, knowing not to chase too hard, dope on his part. He's really a solid player. Shout out to him, Swifty O. Shout out to him, really solid player. He was instrumental to the win. Cause not only was he good, but me sometimes in the heat of it, I don't got time for your foolishness. Like if you you know, if you feeling some type of way about something, I don't got nothing to do with that. But, yeah. You know, I'm like, just man up, let's go. But the Chimera was very, very accommodating, and I'm like, all right, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. 'Cause this man is trying to fight him, and I know I was just gonna get blown up. And I'm like, all right, good. Flashes. I'm like, all right, we got a flash, but nothing else we could really do about it. So we have a phase with no flash, because she just flashed to get out of there. And that's where you gotta be mindful of your pathing. So like in that case, right there, the phase pathing was horrible. She should have left with the crunch. They should have left together. But instead of that, she didn't do that. You know, she allowed herself to path somewhere else. And I'm telling the thing like, yo, like we need to be taking on this tower. We can take on the tower and we can fight. He died. I think this is where he got tilted. Yeah, he's like JFC. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, bro, but you know, you attacking people on the tower. You expecting the tower not to, you know. So I'm trying to I'm trying to assess the situation, and I'm like, okay, good, we alright. Because I wasn't sure if the Bellica was rotating or not, and I didn't have that much health. So I was like, let me get out of dodge real quick. Try to see how I could stay alive. Because staying alive is critical. Critical. Staying alive. Alright, I won't do that. Yeah, so yeah, this is where the Narbash is like, I suck. I'm done. And then the Chimera is like, nah, come back. We need you. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't have the patience. I know it wasn't helping, but I wasn't gonna say nothing bad to him. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, his mental broke. That's just pretty much what it was. His mental broke, and I'm like,
Enemy tower under siege.
I'm like, now it's not the time to be like, yeah, you died, but you died because you put yourself in situations that didn't make sense. So he responded, and I think he just sat there in lane. He wasn't doing anything, and I'm just like, bro, really? Like this? Oh no, he went and he got the gold buff. I'm like, okay. I'm telling the Morgesh to be careful, because I see them rotating over. And then the Narbash is like, Sparrow, what WTF? And I'm like, yeah, but they heading for Greystone. Like, it don't make sense. We're gonna lose that tower anyway. You can't out DPS the thing. By the time I get there, we're gonna lose that tower. Just defend. Like, I see my Chimera rotating over. I see my Morgesh rotating over. I'm like, yeah, we about to pull up. Like, y'all are not gonna jump my Greystone. I mean, yeah, I could have been defending, but that's what Narbash is there for. So I'm like, okay, why is he so in his feelings about that? But apparently he was in his feelings, and I'm sorry that he was in his feelings, but you know, that's just the game. So he was like, yo, you was just there, da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah. So we had a whole little thing. I'm glad we were able to work through it though, but you'll see. Yeah, he's like, sorry, I'm not gonna sit and defend left by myself with Narb. And I'm like, okay. Nobody asked you to, like, just defend for a little bit. Like, I don't understand. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit and defend left with Narb by myself. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I did. I reported him. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, we over here trying to get dubs, and you over here losing your marbles, and I'm like, why? Like, I don't understand why you got so tilted to this day. I mean, if he ever sees this, Jay Pyre, you know, I don't know why you got so tilted. I'm sorry you did, but it's like, so then why play support if you're gonna do this? That's my question. It's like, if you find that you should have been thinking, then you should have played. You should have contested me for carry. I have no problem with somebody contesting me for carry and I play support or I play another role if they get the carry. If the game chooses you to play carry over me, fine. By all means, I'm gonna support it. No problem. But don't throw a tantrum because I don't come when you want me to come to defend. And it's just a tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, our yeah. So I had to be like, yeah, because they were rotating on the other lane, and you know, we needed numbers, so I provided numbers. That was my thinking. So Chimera was like, and then you know, Chimera, bless his heart, was trying to be like, you know what, Sparrow, you just stay left. We got this. Don't worry. Focus on left. We got the rest. And I'm like. And then he's like, nah, please follow. So you got Chimera in the middle. And I'm like, nah, I'm not begging him to do his job. Like, what's up? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm West Indian. Like, I'm not begging you to do it. Like, and he goes, it's fine, GG. And I'm like, I'm rotated to help jungle. You know, he wants to quit, then let him quit. I'm like, then let him. You know, because I'm like, come on. I could understand if I was, like, just abandon the lane. But I was in the lane the whole time. I leave the lane to go help out. And then you get mad. And it's like, you want to quit the game and vote to forfeit. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I ain't come this far to come this far. So, yeah, even the Grayson had to be like, I'm getting crushed and I'm still not voting. And then somebody said, hopefully he'll stop playing the game. Or, oh, that's what I said. I'm like, oh, crap. Yeah, that's not helpful. I'm sorry, guys. I was like, hopefully he'll stop playing the game altogether. That's not,
Enemy towers destroyed.
yeah, that wasn't my best moment. Sorry. I'm a just blame being a West Indian on that. Because it's like, come on. Yeah, it's like, yeah, but I'm explaining my reason. I'm like, yeah, I decided to give up tower to go help Kai, who's ahead and has a bounty. And I was like, you were there, all you had to do was farm. That's it. That's all you had to do, farm. I didn't expect her to take out my thing like that though. And then I realized it was a 4-man, and he's still there. And this is the thing, right? I'm sorry. I understand you might be in your little feelings or whatever, but this is still a 4-man situation. Like, this is still a 4-man, and you just in your little feelings and base pouting. Like, that's kind of childish. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, you might not like something, but as a Moba player, you committed to this. Yeah, he's like, I need you. Narves, can you please help? I need you to sustain. I'm like, at this point, even if he left me and just went and followed the Kai, I wouldn't mind. But it's like, you just sit in the base pouting, talking about, no, I'm good. I suck. I'm doing this. Like, ain't nobody, yeah, I'm not here going to be like, no, it's okay. I'm not coddling you. I'm sorry. I need your mental to be strong. If we go, because this is how I view it, right, guys? And this is just one way of viewing it. I'm Moba, we going to war. I need you to have my back. I got your back, you got my back. No matter how tough it might get, I'm going to give you my 100. I'm going to make the right plays. I'm not going to do stupid plays, but I'm going to make the right play. And in this game, it's like 16-10. We up in kills. The Chimera is super fed and he's doing his thing. He's making the right calls, all that. Why are you throwing a tantrum because I left you alone for a tier 1? Like, come on. Come on. Man up. Man up. Yeah, and I go in and I get killed and I'm like, okay. But he still was able to land a knock-up and I'm like, yes. You know, but it didn't work. Whatever. Probably would have been better if he had spent that time trying to throw. And I'm like, no, we not. So every time you see a surrender vote come up, the first red thing is generally me, because I don't surrender. I don't. Surrendering is not in my nature. If we play in the game, we gonna play it till one either their core is destroyed or our core is destroyed. I am not, and I repeat, I am not surrendering. I don't care how bad it looks, because as I explained previously in another video, the game has a finite cap. Level 18 is the highest level you could ever get to, and 5 items and a crest is the most amount of items you could ever get to. And at that point, if everybody has 5 items and a crest, and everybody's level 18, it doesn't matter how many kills the other team had. The game is anybody's game. It's a 50-50 game. So once I commit to playing the game, I'm not surrendering. You'll never see me surrender. No matter how bad it is, you'll never see me surrender. I am still gonna try to figure it out, but not everybody's built that way. I understand that. Not everybody's cut from that cloth. So, you know, just is what it is. And, you know, Narbash he was having a moment. But he came back. So, thank you, J Fire, for coming back. We couldn't have won without you. Appreciate you. But yeah, it was just one of those things where
Your power grows. Enemy has been slain. An enemy has fallen.
So right now we just kind of like trying to push.
Allied
They have 2 dead. Chimera again is going to work, doing his thing.
enemy has been slain.
He just wasted his Phoenix. So we just trying to do what we can to help him. Did we lose Chimera? No, he survived. Good. Yeah. You like making noises about it. I realize that about You just say you're talking to the Caballos? That's hilarious. So yeah, that was a little banter between me and my girlfriend. Got her. Yeah. Because I was like, if Kai could bring her down, I could get her. And that's exactly what happened. Kai brought her down. And I was like, yep, got her. So we were able to get that pick. Then I decided to do my thing with the Bastion, things like Bastion. Because I'm like, alright. Think the Bastion would do my, like I said, it does 12% if the 6% damage mitigation, 12% if the person is affected by blight. So that's part of the tech to mitigate the damage. can't remember what my next item was gonna be.
Your skill rises.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. See, damage mitigation paying off. Damage mitigation paying off. Cause she should have been erased me based on her thing, but because I'm hitting her with the tainted rounds from the beginning, her damage mitigation was cut by 12%. So it's only what's that? What's 12? What's 100 minus? Well, that's 88%. So only 88% of her damage output. She wasn't giving me a full 100. So that's how I was able to survive and win the 1v1. I still died to the minions, but I won the 1v1.
Enemy towers.
We were able to get the tower. Now my team is backing up. I was like trying to figure out what to build next. And then I was like, should I do the magic armor thing? Or should I do the, should I do some regular armor? So I decided to get Citadel. So I started building the components for Citadel. I don't know, I might just revise that depending on the team I go against, but I think Citadel would have been is a good spike. Because it adds, see the thing with Citadel, the reason why I think it's good, even though I'm a fan of Draconum, but I don't think Draconum is it. The reason why I like Citadel is because Citadel has health. And when it comes to Bonesaw, the health also is a factor in the damage output because Bonesaw does a percentage of your 6% of your maximum health. So by adding to health, you also add to your damage output. So, and also Citadel is low-key strong because you do a lot of damage mitigation. So yeah, they tried to lay a trap for my Kai. I don't know if they did this one. I'm not sure. So I know I think I got blown up. Did I get blown up? No, I didn't. Yeah, what's her name? Not the camera, the Countess was going after your boy. And that's why I said to Sparrow, you gotta stand your ground because there's nothing you can really do. There's really nothing you can do. There's nothing you can really do.
The enemy is
Nothing you can do.
unstoppable.
You can't escape all these people with dashes who are focusing you, and that's really what they were trying to do. They were trying to focus. He got out of there. Did he? Yeah, oh no, he missed. He missed the flash. He missed the flash. Yeah,
Enemy
he missed his
killing
flash.
spree.
But, what can you do? So we kind of had staggered deaths. Yeah, so I had to tell him, like, it's not about, he's like, yeah, I know I suck. I said that already. I was like, it's not about sucking. I'm not flaming you. It's critique. And then Grayson's like, just need to focus this squishy first. I'm like, you're right. Let me see. Did we get a wipe on this? We did. Yeah, again, my damage mitigation on this is crazy. Now back to okay, and then I stayed to finish it up. With Sparrow, I was able to walk into everything, and because I had the damage mitigation of the tainted rounds and the tainted bastion, so we do a lot. I mean, we did lose Chimera, but even though we lost Chimera, we were still able to make a push.
Allied tower under attack.
And with all of them being down, my goal was to try and take the mid inhib. I don't know if we were successful. But I'm still doing decent damage. You know, yeah, they all up now. I'm trying to see if we can get this. Then I was like, no, let's just let's retreat, because I didn't want us to die and get caught. And I'm like, yeah, let's. We tried to get the inhib, but we weren't able to. We already got the left inhib, which is fair enough. So then I think Kai made the call for. I think Kai made the call for. I realized the process there. I was like, yeah, let's not do that. I was like, let's retreat. Because I'm like, they're gonna just gang up. And what we really want to do is get prime. So unless we all stay in for it, it don't really make sense. And Kai decided to go ham. Full on ham sandwich. But
an enemy inhibitor is under siege.
Kai was like, alright, let's attack right lane. I was like, alright. Seeing that they're not gonna let us do prime, they're gonna contest it. Let's really just try and push in. Let's really just try and push in the right lane, see if we could get that lane. At that time, I already had Citadel, I believe, yeah. I think my last item on this build would be a Salvation. Because it just adds to the tankiness as well as the damage. So I don't know. I really don't know. To be honest with you. She's dead. Yeah, I knew that. From the time I saw it happen, I was like, yeah, she's gone. Alright. We could do it. That'll work. Oh, guess was funny. We were about to leave, and I'm like, "Oh, Kai is pushing. Okay, let's do that then." And yeah, we got the win. Yeah, and he was the non-rush was right. The Kai was really good. So this is my second iteration of Tank Sparrow. Of course, I get Eviscerator. Sorry, Eviscerator. I got Tainted Rounds and Tainted Bastion for the damage mitt. My next item would have been Citadel, and then my last item, I don't know if it would have been Citadel. It might not have been, because the thing about it is I need some type of more attack speed. With this, the attack speed isn't the best, so I need more. So it might have been an Absolution. I'm still trying to figure it out, but just wanted to put it out there. Maybe somebody could see it and perfect it a lot better. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another chapter of my diary, the diary of a Moba player. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next chapter. Peace.